Well, do I have the craziest customer states story ever. So this customer states has been going on for about 3 months now. Originally, customer states, there's an oil leak in my garage, check it and buys. Well, we bring the vehicle in, put it up on a lift, everything's bone dry. We check the front diff, the engine, the transmission, the rear diff, everything that could leak, we checked. No leaks. So we tell the guy, hey, there's nothing leaking. We bring him out, have him take a look. Look, there's nothing leaking on your truck. He takes off, comes back about a week later. Says there's still oil leaking in his garage. Put his truck back on the lift, bring him back out into the shop, show him, hey, there's nothing leaking, buddy. So he says, all right, he takes the truck back again. Now, about 2 weeks later, he comes in ripping pissed. Goes to my manager and says, hey, like, you guys can't fix my truck. He's like, I will have to bring it somewhere else. My boss is like, hey, let's bring it in. Let's take a look at it right now. We bring the truck in, put it up on the lift again, and again, bone dry. So we ask him, is there anybody else that parks in the garage? He goes, nope, I'm the only one that parks in the garage. So he leaves, and he's furious, telling us he's going to give us a bad survey, yada, yada, yada. Fast forward to today, and my boss comes out to me and tells me this. Hey, you remember that guy that came in and had the oil leak that we couldn't find? I said, yeah, what's up? He goes, you'll never believe what the guy just told me. Tells me the guy just comes in, says he wants to sit down and talk to me. Customer then goes on to say, hey, you were right. There was nothing leaking from my truck. Boss gives him kind of confused look, like, okay. Guy admits that his wife was having an affair with him this whole time, and while she was having the affair, the person she was having the affair with was parking their car in the garage, hiding it from the street. And that car was the one leaking oil. Now, if that isn't the craziest thing I've ever heard in the automotive business, I don't know what is.
Customer states, my brake pedal feels really bad and my brakes are grinding like crazy in the back. Can you check it out? Yeah, I can check it out from here, bud. I think I already see the problem without taking the wheel off. There's your problem. Your calipers are getting a little low. Holy crap, who needs a brake pad? I guess you got your money's worth out of that one. And that rotor is paper thin. And your piston is fully extended and leaking fluid, and that's why the brake pedal goes to the floor.
Customer states that their truck is hard to fill. Oh, but it is full. Oh, that's awkward. Oh, filled right to the top. I bet you it's not full though. Let's just see what our fuel gauge reads. Oh, that's not at all full. That's a quarter full. Yikes. Customer was right.
So I'm upstairs right now, just to give y'all an idea.
300,000 miles Cummins gets its first AGR service. DPF was removed to hopefully limit damage.
Got a KX85 today, and she don't crank over good at all. Doesn't seem to have compression. We're going to tear it apart and see what's going on. Found the desert. It's in the air filter. And then sitting on top of the piston, let's hope we can see it. There's like a chunk of metal in there. You guys see that? Right there. So that's interesting. Let's see what happens when we get the head off of there. I found the other half of the desert. It's living in the carburetor. So, you could probably like just ride your dirt bike in there. Got little tiny dunes over here. It's great. Now for the big reveal. Go ahead, Joey. Pull that thing off there. Oh, top of the piston's got the damage on it. Right there's our chunk of metal. Look at that. It is stuck in there too. How's that head look? Nice. I wonder where that chunk of metal came from. Let's find out. Got it tore apart. Cylinder doesn't look great, but not awful. We expected that this chunk of metal that's on top of the piston would be a ring, but the rings are there, completely like intact. It's pressed down pretty bad on this side of the piston, so you know the ring is stuck. But if you look, the connecting rod does not move freely on the crankshaft anymore. So what we're thinking is that might be a chunk of needle bearing that came up from the bottom end and got wedged in there, and that everything is just seized up. It got real hot, probably more stuff down in the bottom. Yeah, total rebuild. You can see that the needle bearings in there on the rod are actually melted and are flat. If you look down in there in that, like, what do you call that, oil galley or whatever you want to call it, where you can get the oil into those bearings through the fuel and stuff. Yeah, they are melted. Dead.
This 2020 Peugeot came in to be checked for a low oil pressure light. It had almost 40,000 miles, and the owner said that it has always had regular oil changes. Unfortunately, in this situation, the previous shop may have been scamming the customer.
'04 Cavalier, customer states, power windows on the driver's side, work well. Nothing on the passenger side.
On today's episode of Weird Customers Do.
Customer states, I need an alternator. Nah, dude, you need more than an alternator.
They say the best way to check for like something wrong in your engine is cut the oil filter open. So we cut this one open. Whoa.
Blinker fluid change.
This customer said his car's running a little hot. Have no idea what it could be.
Yep. When your brother's brakes go out, so you strap your Chevrolet to his Ford to use your Chevrolet's brakes to stop his Ford to get his truck home.